I am Micah Miller. I'm the Executive Director of Harmony Project. Welcome. Hi. It's so great to see everybody again this year. And I know I say this every year, but this is going to be the best event ever. Each year it gets better and better. So outside we had our Lamert Park Choir. Weren't they wonderful? And then we had Andy Leonard and the Hollywood Clarinets. And now sitting before you, we have the Expo Youth Orchestra. We have 2,000 students now, all over Los Angeles County. This thing has gotten really big. I'd like for you to join with me and welcome Samantha Rosas and Juliana Rodriguez, who will be playing the next piece unaccompanied. So give them an applause. Was I right? Each year gets better. And now I would like to welcome to the stage, because in case you didn't notice, they did that without a conductor. I'd like to welcome our conductor of the Expo Symphony Orchestra, Juan Felipe Molano.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Howard Banchik, and I'm Chairman Emeritus of the Harmony Project. We have a great crowd today, 370 people, and I thank you all for being here. An important component of our program is that we provide a scholarship to every student who is with the program for 3 years and is accepted to college. It's a $5,000 scholarship, and these funds are unrestricted, so they can use it for books, for clothes, for transportation, and just general needs. We are fortunate that many of our students qualify for other scholarships and get into very excellent schools. Our students live in areas of the city where the average high school dropout rate is 50%. So graduating high school and getting into college is a rare and a monumental achievement. Almost all are the very first ones in their family to go to college. I'm pleased to say our graduation rate in Harmony Project is 93%. This year, we have 61 students who are receiving scholarships and will be attending college in the fall. Most of our students begin in the 3rd grade, so as our program is expanded, the number of graduates will continue to expand, and it'll only be 2 or 3 years into the future where we will be having at least 100 graduates every year going to college. All of our graduates are recognized in the journals at your table, so if you have a minute, flip through and look at all the other students. And read the essays. Every student who applies for a scholarship writes an essay, and this will give you greater insight into our students and the obstacles that they have had to reach this point. Each year, a speaker is selected for the Harmony Project graduating class, and I've had the absolute privilege, the absolute joy of spending some time with this year's speaker, Taya Stewart. She accomplishes so much and does so much. When she tells me what she does throughout the week, I said, Taya, it's impossible. There are not that many hours in a week to do all that you do. An amazing young woman, our 2016 student speaker, Taya Stewart.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to be representing 61 2016 Harmony Project students, and we all plan to go to college in the fall. Every time I lift my flute to my lips, the sound it makes reminds me of when I played with Stevie Wonder at the Global Soul Festival. Each fingering and dynamic is the same as having a light shining over me when I played on the shimmering stage of Disney Hall or the Hollywood Bowl. I am thankful that I was given the gift of learning music and an opportunity to play at these amazing locations. Music has carried me through hard times, left me with a sense of satisfaction and gratitude, and this is the reason why I admire integrity and community service. I first heard the rich and flowing sound of the flute in the 2nd grade. Having lived in a home where rock and rap music were prevalent, encountering the classical flute was an eye-opening experience. I wanted to be a part of this movement, so I joined the Harmony Project. This is where I met my family, developed my beliefs, shared my greatest moments, and grasped my love for community involvement. After 9 years of being exposed to gifted musicians such as Amy Tatum, my teacher and mentor, I learned meaningful skills such as discipline, responsibility, integrity that I will never take for granted. I remember learning self-discipline, although at the time I never acknowledged it as such. Miss Amy poked and prodded us with love as she forced me to sit up straight, a once frustrating experience later turning into a heartwarming one as I began to understand the importance of this discipline. It is not about sitting up straight. This lesson translates to being alert to take notes, attentive to those around you, and observant of your supervisor's instructions. I shared this same emphasis on structure and discipline with my Harmony Project mentees when I was given an opportunity to teach younger students. My students learned that it is necessary to embrace the mundane in order to become more skilled. And I told them that integrity is what you do when nobody's watching. Integrity is what you do when nobody is watching. They accepted this statement with confusion as I once did, but now they follow it in the way that I do. This phrase is the version of what my music teacher said to me many years ago. Whether I'm taking music lessons, running, doing community service, or working, I tried to hold myself to the highest level of integrity. I never would have been exposed to this ideology if I had not run home to tell my mom that I wanted to join a music class. Obtaining a good education has always been a priority of mine. The schools near my home are dangerous and do not offer many of the classes I wanted to take. I searched online for private and charter high schools and applied to about 10. I was accepted to some close to my home, but financial assistance was not available. I selected a public high school, Maricosta High School, located in Manhattan Beach. It is an excellent school, and I have been benefited greatly, but the daily commute has been arduous. Getting to and from school on 2 buses and a train takes about 2 hours each day. Participation in the Harmony Project has helped me learn to focus and organize my time. I devote about 4 hours per week to orchestral rehearsal in addition to the daily 4-hour commute to and from school. I am a member of the track and cross country team at school, and I often used to spend 4 and 5 hours per week training and participating in track and field events. Giving back to the community is also very important to me as a member of the Maricosta Key Club. I often plan events to assist those in need, such as making sandwiches and distributing them to homeless in MacArthur Park. I work approximately 18 hours per week at the school cafeteria and an In-N-Out burger. The skills and values I have developed through my participation in the Harmony Project program transfers to my development as a whole person. I will always remember to have integrity, to be disciplined, and to love. I am grateful that I was given the chance to spend a large portion of my life finding myself in music. The helping hands of my musical community provided me with a passionate attitude that I will continue to use in college and beyond. The effect music has had on me influences other areas of my life, such as education, friends, and family, community service, and work. Harmony Project will continue to develop students and create leaders long after I have graduated. The sense of community and the many opportunities I have been given provide me with a greater sense of happiness and confidence for my future endeavors, and is the reason why I always call Harmony Project home and will continue to show my love for the program for years to come. In the fall, I look forward to attending my dream school, Pepperdine University, as an accounting major and Gates Millennium Scholar. I thank all of you on behalf of my fellow graduates for supporting this amazing program, which instructs and encourages thousands of students like myself to maximize our potential and become leaders and role models in our community. Thank you.
I was listening, and I may have missed this, so I didn't want this to go by without me saying this. The Laura and Bill Gates Foundation gives 1,000 scholarships throughout the world a year. This scholarship includes undergraduate, it includes graduate school, it includes room and board, as the kids say, a full ride. And Taya was one of 1,000 kids in the United States that got this award. Although each of our student essays are different and each story is different, there are some commonalities between all of our students. One, of course, is financial hardship. Our program is provided on a 100% scholarship basis only to families who could not afford lessons and instruments on their own. So our students experience living in families that endure financial hardships, which often create an environment of ongoing stress within the family unit. Food on the table, a roof over their heads, those are the primary goals. And unanticipated car repair, an illness, the loss of a job, all become financial catastrophes, making it very difficult, if not impossible, for students to stay focused on their studies at school. Dangerous neighborhoods. As Taya told you, she felt that the schools in her neighborhood were dangerous. And so she, on her own, applied to other schools and was accepted to a school in Manhattan Beach, which requires, as she mentioned to you, 3 buses each way, 2 hours going and 2 hours coming every day of the week. And I can only imagine the impact on my grandchildren's lives if they had to travel 4 hours each day on public transportation to get to and from school. Harmony students live in neighborhoods where very few even consider a higher education, let alone playing Bach or Beethoven on a violin or an oboe in a symphony orchestra. Many of our students report that before enrolling in Harmony Project, they had few, if any, friends because they were in the out group, often shy, often fearful. Harmony Project opens the door to a new family, providing a completely different environment. Our orchestra mates are of like mind and become their friends, all trying to do well in school and seeking brighter futures for themselves and for their families. Our teachers do much more than teach music. They are life role models and go well beyond the call of duty to provide advice and emotional support for our students, which they so desperately need to overcome the many hardships they face on a daily basis. Each year, I report that our waiting list gets longer and longer, and we're unable to enroll more students based on financial limitations. Each of our students receives 2 hours of instruction, group instruction at their school, and 3 hours of orchestral instruction on Saturdays. So each student's getting 5 hours of instruction a week. The average cost is $5 per student per hour. So the raw teaching costs alone are about $1,000 a year. Plus they get their instruments, field trips to Disneyland, Hollywood Bowl, maintenance on their instruments, transportation for the recitals, and so on. Our cost is $1,500 per student per year. Our budget is funded in 3 sources: foundations, partnerships such as the LA Philharmonic, and we depend on individual donations from people like yourselves for $800,000 a year. Many of you have already made substantial contributions, and with your help, I am pleased to announce that we made our goal this year. With this luncheon, we've hit the $800,000 mark. So that enables us to continue our program. Now, we'd like to add about 100, if we can, 100 new students to our program at $1,500 per year. So I ask those of you who have already given, if you feel so moved to stretch the envelope a little more, we would appreciate it. For those of you who maybe are here for the first time and are guests and maybe have been exposed to our program for the first time, we hope that you will become a member of the Harmony Project family, and you in turn will help our program grow by providing scholarships for our students. So just conveniently, we happen to have envelopes and pens at your desk, on your tables, on your tables. And staff members will be coming around carrying musical notes to collect them. Then we're going to put the desserts right on the table. For those of you who've handed in an envelope, you will definitely be getting desserts. The others may be questionable. And then we're going to conclude, let's see, it's 1:15. We will be out of here by 1:45, but you don't want to miss what's going to be happening in the next half hour. We're going to have our jazz band with 2 sensational guest artists. They're just unbelievable. You're going to love them. We're going to give our award to Janet and Marvin Jubis, and you will be out by 1:45. So thank you very much. Hello, everyone. In addition to the symphonic aspect of our program, we also have a jazz portion of our program, and we'd like you to meet. This is a band that we sponsor at Fauché. It's interesting. It's a junior and a senior high school. So I happen to know we have 1 8th grader here. And the director is Vincent Womack. He's one of the best high school directors I've had the experience of working with. And let me introduce our 2 guest artists. First of all, back for her 3rd appearance is Darren Dean. Darren started with us when she was a junior in high school, and she had done appearances and worked with the Harmony Project program. Then in senior high school, and now she's a freshman at the New England Conservatory of Music. And Ricky Woodard, our guest saxophonist, is an all-star, one of the top echelon jazz saxophonists in the country. He played with Ray Charles for 7 years. Many other orchestras. I've seen him at a dozen or more festivals. He's a crowd favorite. So please welcome our conductor, Vincent, Darren Dean, and Ricky Woodard. Vincent Womack.
Walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky, flash, bam, alakazam, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of an orange-colored view, flash, bam, alakazam, I got a look at you. One look and I yelled, timber! Watch out for flying glass, 'cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out and went into a spin, and I started to shout up and hit, this is it, this is it. I'm walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me right in the eye. Flash, bam, alakazam, out of an orange-colored sky.
I heard encore, but we are going to bring Darren Dean back to do a wonderful tune after the award ceremony. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Tony Silbert, who's chairman of our board.
I was amazed how much taller Howard is than me. I'm excited to introduce our honorees in a second, but first I just want to take a second to thank the staff on behalf of the board of the Harmony Project. Thank you, staff, for help put together today's event. It's always a lot of work, and we really appreciate it. So I like to name names, but they're all fantastic. Along with the kids and, of course, their parents, who put in so much work to help them become such great performers. So let's not forget the kids and the parents. Yeah. Second, and I promise I will live up to Howard's 145 promise, but I just wanted to say a couple of words about my time as chair of the board of the Harmony Project. My term ends in July, and don't be disappointed. I'm happy to say that we have the wonderful Susan Plutsky has agreed to become chair going forward. Thank you, Susan. There's no way out now. Thank you so much. And it's really been an unbelievable 3 years. I mean, just in this time, we merged with Success Through the Arts, enabling us to preserve a really important music program right in the heart of South LA, in one of the most disadvantaged and underserved communities in Los Angeles. We saw the publication of our research with Northwestern University that not only changed the field of music and brain research, but resulted in media attention from around the world. We expanded nationally, launching new independent harmony projects across the country. We're now in 7 states. And yeah, pretty incredible. And we won our 3rd award from the White House, the Bright Spot in Hispanic Education Award. So we are really going to miss Obama. He's been very good to us. And we capped it off with a performance at the Super Bowl. I mean, it's been an incredible 3 years. I wish I could take credit for any of it. It's really been our incredible staff, fueled by the people in this room, our supporters. You've really made it all happen. And that brings us to our honorees, Janet and Marvin Jubis, who have emerged during this time as major supporters. Marvin, yeah, there'll be applause. Marvin founded one of the premier intellectual property law firms in the nation. But music has always been close to his heart. He comes from a family of musicians, and with a love of classical music and jazz, he's a major benefactor to many of LA's top music institutions. Janet brings another dimension to their support as a child development expert who has worked with children with autism for many years. So she was intrigued by our research and the impact of music on developing brains. Together, they recognize the importance of our program for children's success in school and in life. They attended our scholarship interviews and saw firsthand the impact of Harmony Project, the incredible potential we were unlocking in these kids. They followed up by establishing the Jubis Family Scholarship Fund, ensuring that many more Harmony Project students will realize their dream of pursuing higher education. So in recognition of their great generosity, it is my great pleasure to present the 2016 Banchik Humanitarian Award to Janet and Marvin Jubis.
thank everyone for being here. It truly is an amazing organization. I've been so impressed, and it's just been an honor to be involved. Thank you.
Those of you who know me, brevity is not my hallmark. But I will promise to keep my remarks not longer than a half hour. I do just want to say this. A lot of you know me pretty well, and many of you have been involved in the same projects in this community as I. And I find this particular group one of the most important groups anywhere. I hope that one day there will be several such groups in the state of California, and groups like this in every state in the Union. You all, I believe, are aware of the research recently that shows that people who are involved in music and come into high schools and universities do better than those who do not. This is a very important group. It is very, very worthwhile to everyone here. And I hope that you're all going to join with us and make a significant contribution to preserve and promote this operation. Thank you very much.
Marvin, that's the shortest speech you've ever given, and I really thank you. So we are going to conclude this afternoon, bringing back Darren Dean, and I gave you some background before. I didn't mention the Music Center has what they call Spotlight Awards. It's an all-year, basically a competition, and they end up in this particular year performing at Disney Hall. So Darren was a 2015 winner for the Music Center Spotlight Awards. And on April 16th, she had the privilege of singing with the trio at the Kennedy Center. So we're going to close out with Devin Dean.
The concert was over at Carnegie Hall. The maestro took bow after bow. He said, "My dear friends, I have given my all. I'm sorry, it's all over now." When from the balcony, way up high, there suddenly came a mournful cry. "Oh, Mr. Paganini, please play my Rhapsody. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? And if you can't sing it, you'll simply have to so listen, Paganini, we breathlessly await your masterful baton. Come on and swing it. And if you can't swing it, you'll simply have to say boom boom wait doodle dee doo boom wait to boom wait doodle doodle wee ow. We've heard your repertoire, And at the final bar, we greeted you with wild applause. But what a great ovation was your interpretation of I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies would do. Oh, Mr. Paganini, don't you be a meanie. What have you up your sleeve? Come on and spring it. And if you can't spring it, you'll simply have to swoop it, diddle-doo, wee out, siddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doo, Mr. Paganini, please play my rhapsody. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? Since do is poppin', ain't no need in stopping. Oh, Mr. Paganini, we breathlessly await your masterful baton. Come on and spring it. And if you can't spring it, you'll simply have to boop-bip willow-ding, doop-bip willow-ding dow, boop-bip willow-ding, doop-bip willow-ding dee. Mr. Paganini, hey, don't you be a meanie. What have you up your sleeve? Come on and spring it. And if you can't spring it, you'll simply have to swing. Oh, Mr. Paganini, come on and swing.
Aaron Dean, Philadelphia on piano. Once again, thank you all very, very much for supporting Harmony.